Hello YouTube, it's your boy Nathan coming to you to do another recap video. Today we are talking 90 Day to Single Life, Season 4, Episode 12, Tell All Part 1. And y'all, this tell all is about to be going down. I mean, this first part was just like kind of is like the build up, but it came out hot, so yeah, we just gonna get on into it. I think they're gonna do 4 parts of it, only because I think the 4 parts are all gonna be hours, so that's equivalent to a normal two part tell for 2 hours. So, I mean, it is what it is. So yeah, the singles arrive. Chantel arrives. Debbie arrives. John arrives. Tim and Veronica come together. Tyre comes and Natalie comes. So they meet in the back room. John, Tim, and Tyre, the guys, they talked about how Tyre is still a virgin and stuff and everything. And Tyre's goofy self is going to say, his man area works pretty well despite being a virgin and stuff and everything. But, Miss Debbie comes into the conversation. It's like, Tyre, that's nothing to be ashamed of. You're a pure young man, and that's how it should be, basically. So then they talked a little bit about Chantel. Debbie, Miss Debbie, she had like a big issue with Chantel, and it was mostly about how she dressed, and we'll get into that a little bit later. So yeah, everybody basically arrives. They go on set. Sean Robinson's the host, doing a great job as always. Again, other YouTubers don't like Sean Robinson. I love Sean. I'm sorry, I love Sean. She does a great job hosting these tell-alls, dealing with these crazy people. So the tell-all starts. She says hi to everybody, and we started with Veronica and Tim and Jamal and Louisa. So Veronica and Jamal basically, they started with sorry guys. Jamal and Louisa were both backstage. They came out together and they decided to join forces to call out Tim and Veronica. Veronica and Jamal, apparently they broke up. And part of the reason is Tim, of course. Jamal and Tim, once again started going back and forth and everything about, just how, so much they're involved in each other's dating life. I mean, I know and we talked about this a lot throughout the season. We understand that they're parents and stuff, but it's starting to get weird. And Jamal just does not like Tim. Tim just does not like Jamal. And apparently, when Veronica and Joe broke up, I guess it was broke up over text. I guess Jamal was supposed to come back out to North Carolina for a longer visit, and he had some issues going on with his mom. Had to help his mom out. I guess Veronica said your mom doesn't need your help and whatever, and he just gave her in text message the peace sign and said deuces, and I was the end of that and everything. So they basically talked about that. I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, was that a breakup? I don't know. Maybe it was, but I think it was a little bit kind of vague, a vague way to break up, in my opinion. But anyway, so they argue, so they're talking about that, and then once again, Tim and Jamal are going at it, and they did bring up the scene when Jamal called out Tim about being a parent to Chloe and stuff, which was one on Jamal's part. I was on Jamal's side until that point. Even now, I'm still on Jamal's side except for that point. But basically, Jamal was saying that, Veronica talks a lot of crap on Tim, and Tim talks a lot of crap on Veronica, and Louisa is saying the same thing. She's out there too. And by the way, Tim and Louisa ain't together either, but we'll get to that later. And so Jamal is saying like they talk so much crap about each other, but they're sitting here like best friends, like oh, like we're best friends, we're family, this, and that, and they talk a lot of crap together. And both Tim and Veronica said like, yeah, we could do that, and then we could be the best of friends, and we could be the worst of enemies. But at the end of the day, we still have each other's back. And again, it's just I mean, I get their friendship. It's cool to be friends. It's just like when it's affecting your relationship with other people, that's when they don't realize that it's a problem, and they're not doing anything to fix it. So that's why both of them are single, because they just can't like get away from each other, even though they don't want to be with each other. So Tim and Jamal are going back and forth, and then and and Jamal called Tim sweetheart, just like just talking crap and stuff. And Tim took that literally. He's like, "Why are you calling me sweetheart? Do you want to f me?" And we were just like, what the heck? And Louisa was just like, you wish. That was pretty funny. Louisa was just like, you, after he said that, he's like, you wish, and stuff. And yeah, Jamal was just like, that shit, you're just weird, man. Like, Jamal was like, I didn't even want to come here because I did not want to be around this dude at all, basically. So that was like the big part of the tell-all right there. The first part of the tell-all was just a big blowout between Veronica and Jamal and everything. And Jamal came in hot, but I'm still team Jamal here, because like he actually, you know, yes, he broke up in a little vague way, but he was the mature one in this relationship, and he's just not going to put up with no BS. And I don't blame him for reacting the way he did, because he's just not going to put up with it, and I wouldn't either. So yeah, so they took Jamal and Louisa off the stage. They didn't talk about Tim and Louisa yet, but apparently they ain't together either. And I guess, oh, here was another thing. Louisa had said this. I guess for her and Veronica went out for drinks, and I guess Veronica got drunk and told Louisa in a drunk way, I don't know why I'm dating Jamal. He has no job. He's trash and everything. And Veronica heard that. She's like, I never called a human trash in my life. And Luisa's like, well, you did. I even told you, like, you shouldn't say that about people. And then Veronica starts talking to Luisa in Spanish, saying, like, I was defending you, but you're lying to me. So Veronica gets up and walks off the stage. She's like, all y'all can fight and go to hell, basically. So, like, you know what? I'm thinking Veronica is clearly guilty, because for her walking off like that. Now, here's the big storyline. Jamal threw tantrums throughout the season, but look at Veronica. She's throwing a tantrum. She's the first one to walk off, because she knows she's guilty. And it kind of also reminds me a couple weeks ago when we seen Veronica and Jamal fight at the house and everything. And she's like, when Jamal kept cool, and she's like, you want to pack up your stuff and go, basically. So Veronica is not as innocent as everybody wants her to be. I'm just saying. So yeah, it was a mess. I can't wait until that continues. So there was that. So that was Tim, Veronica, and Jamal, and Louisa. Next person they went to is Tyree. So Tyree, they talked about him being a virgin and stuff, and they talked a little bit about his date with Raina. He said that he still keeps in contact with Raina. They just talked a few weeks ago and so forth. Then all of a sudden, they decide to bring out somebody to give Tyree some advice. And the last person I would have thought they would want to give advice to Tyree came on. They brought out Goofy Sarper, the dude that's been with 2,500 women. He was on season 5 of The Other Way, and that's with Shekinah. They brought him out, and he gonna talk to Tyree, saying, Tyree, first things first, that giggle you do is a turnoff. Like, I would like throw you under the table if I'm around you with that giggle. And Miss Debbie chimed in. She was like, that's just a nervous reaction. I actually find that kind of flattering and everything. Then Sarper gonna tell Tyree, when you go, he said something like, if you go to a woman, like sneak up with her by behind, like, he just says a lot of this creepy stuff. I'm like that, dude. You're gonna get arrested, like if you do stuff like that. It may work for you, but it ain't gonna work for Tyree. And like Sean even asked Tyree, like your brother said that like you should be more of a bad boy. Do you agree with that? It was half and half. John John said, "Don't take that advice, bro. You're a good dude. Stay a good dude." John has been the voice of reason and this tell all. Like he makes his jokes, but he was actually like giving the best advice here. Like he was like, hey, "Don't even listen to Sarper and stuff." And so is Debbie. Miss Debbie was like, do not like corrupt this young man. He's a nice, innocent, pure young man, and you're just a dog, basically." And he was just like, "Debbie, you're older, so I'll respect you, but yeah." And so yeah, we said goodbye. Tyree asked Sarper, "How do you get your confidence, man?" And he was like, "I just go up to girls. I don't go up to girls who I know that will reject me." And I'm just like, bro, 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 bye, bye, bye. So, so yeah. So yeah, that was Tyree. And then they ended with Chantel. Chantel came in gloomy. She is still talking to Giannis. When she was asked about Giannis, she like her face like glowed up and stuff and everything. And yeah, her and Giannis are still talking. Then like the topic came out at first after her separation with Pedro, who like was slitting to her DMs. Apparently, Chantel was having a small relationship with Waka Flocka, the rapper. And I also heard a rumor, and like Tim called it out and said that she also heard that the rapper Drake was hitting her up in the DMs, and she confirmed Waka Flocka, but she didn't confirm Drake. She was like, "I'm gonna keep that in crickets and stuff." Okay, whatever. If you're talking to Drake, you're talking to Drake. No biggie. I mean, that's cool, but yeah. So then they start talking about her trip to Greece, and Debbie had a big issue with Chantel, with the way she dressed. The big thing, like Debbie kept on saying to Chantel, is like, you don't need to brag about going pantyless. Like, you're more than this, Chantel. Like, you're giving the wrong signals. And I actually agree with Debbie. Like, like Chantel is beautiful on the outside, so like she don't need to like show off. I mean, throughout the whole season, I kept on saying she's wretched, and she is. But she didn't. But Debbie's right. She doesn't need to like dress like that, like be like completely provocative and stuff. Now, as she's saying that, you got Chantel's mom, Miss Karen, in the back getting ready to come out and stuff, and getting mad at Debbie for saying that. And she was like, well, don't watch them. Wear your own granny panties then and stuff. So we'll see how that conversation ends up next week. So yeah, I mean that was basically it. Part one of the tell. Like I said, the situation with Veronica and Jamal was just crazy. Now, Goofy Natalie, I guess Josh is going to be a part of the tell. I guess he called and wants her back somehow. I don't know, and it's going to be a headache when we get into that. I'm glad we didn't touch on that this week. But yeah, so yeah, it was a good start. I can't wait to how this finishes out. So we'll see next week what happens, what's going on with Giannis and Chantel, what Natalie's doing and stuff, what happened with Tim and Louisa, and everything was going on with John and Megan and stuff. I always keep forgetting John. But it sounds like John and Megan are still together, so we'll see. Anyway, guys, yeah, that's the end of my review. Yeah, it was a quick little first part of the tell-all, but it'll get better. So, thank you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe to my channel. I'll be back on Sunday, Monday to recap Happily Ever After. So until then, y'all stay safe and have a good one. Bye, y'all.